Mark Hughes obviously peeved, and rightly so. Although, what I will say is, he's talking about decisions getting wrong. Cisse was offside for his goal as well, so it swings and roundabouts.
It is swings and roundabouts, and people, the thing is, if it didn't have such an effect on the game, then people wouldn't really make such an issue of it. Because you'd always get incidents in every game. There'll always be things where the officials don't get it right. Just like in the game, players don't get it quite right. The managers don't get attackers quite right. It's always going to be that way. And yes, we beat up on referees because we all see it and we all think, how could you miss that sort of thing? Because it's so obvious. But, they've got a split second and, their positioning and all sorts of things. And yes, they could do that. But, I mean, the simple way round it, without using video evidence like they do, the fourth official can quite easily be there with a monitor and just review the situation very quickly.
Exactly. Without goal line technology, we can see it within 6 seconds, can't we?
They can do it and go, by the way, that was in, or whatever, and it's given. And then they've got big screens at every football ground.
They might even have to use a phone loop.
Whatever. They can use. They've got big screens at every ground now, haven't they? So as well. So just to show people that it was in, they can actually then show it.
Yeah.
Use what's available to them to clear the thing up, so it stops all this nonsense. Because this just goes on and on and on, and people are always beating up on them for this and whatever. But mistakes will always be made because there are human beings playing this game.
Well, FIFA and the FA have obviously said it will come in this summer, which is about time. But I think what also we shouldn't forget is a lot of credit needs to go to Bogdan because it was a fantastic save. I know it was a foot behind the line, but it was a brilliant save.
Yeah, but the thing about it as well, as a defender or goal, you throw yourself and you go to make the save. Yeah, all you want to do is get the ball out, and sometimes you're not even sure if it's crossed the line or whatever. All you want to do is get the ball out, and you look and hope that it's not gone across the line. So that's all he's done. It's not a case of them cheating or anything. He's made a great effort and made the save, what he thinks is a save, and you're going to play on.
Yeah, but I just think from the range it was and the power that was in Clint Hill's header, I think it was a tremendous save. And I know it went in, but I think credit to him because if he hadn't got there, it would have been a goal and the game would have been different anyway.
Absolutely.
But let's talk about QPR. Speaking about them yesterday when the game was on, I feel when you look at the teams that have been promoted this season, Norwich, Swansea, QPR, Norwich and Swansea, there or thereabouts, are pretty much the same team that got them promoted and now in this league. QPR players who were the ones who not only, let's not forget, not only won the division but won it quite convincingly, have had to now take a back seat and watch big time Charlies come in and take the position and not do very well.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a major reason that there's not been that sort of togetherness and that sort of continuity they've had in their football?
Well, that can't help the situation because most clubs, when you get promotion, you don't make 4, 5, 6 changes in the team that's going to start the next season. You make 1 or 2 because you think you can improve it in areas here, but you get other players in, but you have a look at it, so that all the players, because the moment you leave somebody out and they've done all the work to get you there, they no longer feel a part of it, and it's very difficult to reintegrate them after that because they're sort of like an afterthought, and that's maybe where this has gone wrong for QPR from then, because it is important to, if players have got contracts like most of them have got, that runs a period of time, they've got to be still involved. Unless you actually move them on and they got you there, you've got to give them an opportunity to show that they can or cannot cope with that division above.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening in those situations when I've come through the leagues. Managers have given you the opportunity to show that you're able and capable of taking that step.
See, when the first round of signings were made by Warnock at QPR, I was always quite impressed with the signings. I thought Sean Wright-Phillips, he's done it in this league. Anton Ferdinand knows what he's doing. They weren't players, they weren't going out and buying ludicrous signings.
No.
They were decent players who could do it in the league. But they just for one reason, Joey Barton, but they just for one reason or another haven't done it at QPR.
No.
And I think part of the issue as well was, you remember Adel Taarabt obviously was handled so well by Warnock last season, was captain of the club. Joey Barton comes in, is made captain. Adel Taarabt's obviously then not even getting in the team, and we know what Adel's like. He's not going to keep his mouth quiet,
you create an issue and a problem for yourself even before the season gets started. And if they brought Joey Barton there and says you're going to be captain and that's the reason why we're bringing you here, whatever, then that's one thing. But did you sort of speak to the lad before that and say this is going to happen? We're bringing him in because he's got experience of playing in there, whatever. Or do you keep your man as captain in there and bring somebody and say, look, you can be his vice captain, and you can. I mean, it just seems, looking back at it now, that there's certain things they could have done and should have done better than what they did do.
Stay ahead of the game with Sports Tonight Live. Don't miss a thing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search for Sports Tonight Live on Facebook and like our fan page. Follow Sports Tonight TV on Twitter and tweet us your thoughts and opinions. Sports Tonight Live, it's the platform for the fans.